Welcome to the ACHEFBOYIBE cooking channel. Sometimes frequented by Skillet Skidoo to assist. Hey everybody, welcome back to ACHEFBOYIBE cooking channel. Today we're going to make a really good use of some flour tortilla shells. This is a really easy, you guys know I like my tortillas. It provides low carb and stuff, and especially with this dish you're including cheese and a little bit of sour cream, just small amounts. But this is a fantastic recipe. I've been doing these for a long time. I just recently stumbled across another video where someone was doing a similar thing, and it's basically a personal sized pizza is what we're going to be doing today. And this is my version of a poor man's pizza. So the ingredients are as follows. First, you're going to need a little bit of cooking spray. You're going to need tortilla shells. I'm using two kinds of cheese. You can use whatever kind of cheese you want. I'm using a mild cheddar cheese shredded and a mild shredded mozzarella cheese. You're also going to use a little bit of, I'm using a Goya salsa verde, the green salsa. And this right here is a key ingredient. Now, whatever brand you want to try or prefer or whatever, but get yourself some sun-dried tomatoes. I've got the jarred type. These are not completely dried because they're in a jar. They're in with its own type of sauce or whatever. But this is just amazing with this recipe. You're also going to use a little bit of, I've got some red salsa. Again, any type you prefer or like. This just happens to be leftover from some restaurant carryout or take home that we had left over. Trying to use that up. You're also going to incorporate, I've got Italian seasonings. You can use oregano, a little tiny bit of garlic, and some sour cream. And before you get all gooey on the sour cream with pizza, trust me, it's great. Now you can use other types of cheeses. I would, goat cheese, Parmesan, whatever you like. That's perfect for pizzas. Whatever type of cheese you like. But this makes sort of a blend of a taco pizza kind of deal, especially with some of these other ingredients. But let's get started and I'll show you what we're doing with this. So let me get this situated and we'll be right back, folks. Okay everybody, welcome back. As you can see here, I've got my skillet. We're doing this in a skillet. You can also do this in the oven. The version I saw in the video did it in the oven, but I do mine on the skillet. It gives a different crispy texture to the shell. You're gonna trust me, if you guys have seen my shrimp taco video or my other taco videos where I use tortilla shells, this kind of same deal. But let's get started here. Got my skillet lightly sprayed with cooking spray. You can put your tortilla shell in there, coat up one side very lightly because you've already got your skillet sprayed. Now I just turned mine on to a high heat for right now because we're just going to do one side, but pan's on hot or I wouldn't be using my fingers to grab that, so be careful with your heat and your fingers. Spray the other side. Give that a few minutes to crisp up the one side. You'll see when it starts bubbling and air pockets start forming, you'll know it's about time to turn it over. Now I do this first side on high. It just speeds up things a little bit, and then after I flip it over I'll reduce the heat to probably a medium, and then slow cook the cheese to melt the cheese and the other ingredients, incorporate those together with a medium heat. The key thing is you don't want to burn your shell. If you do, it's going to get a little crispy. It's going to be okay, but you just want to be careful and just get it crispy golden brown on both sides. So first step is a little important here. Got to watch it. Now you can see it's starting to bubble up a little bit. Air pockets are starting to form a little bit. But it's going to take a few minutes, so we'll be back in just a second here. Now, one thing I will do, actually, I'll take a little bit of the garlic seasoning, garlic powder, just lightly on this side. Oh, one other ingredient that I use that I forgot to mention is a little bit of pepper. So we'll put a little bit of that on there now too. Okay. Now what that's going to do is, you can also put, you know, sea salt on there, just a little tiny bit, which I'm going to do too. And what that does, it gives your, like if this was a pizza, which was just a tortilla shell you're using for your pizza crust, just really lightly. What that does though is it creates a different flavor in the crust or the shell itself. It's a phenomenal blend. So give that a try. The garlic, the salt, and the pepper, really light on all of those. So just keep that in mind. Let's see what we got here. Starting to bubble up just a little bit. I'll give it a quick flip. See, that's just golden brown, just dried out the spray that you had on the one side. That's all you're looking for. Okay, now, still on high heat for just a second. Give this just a real light coat again. That's going to help to keep the shell from getting too hard, too stiff. Turn your heat down to about a medium now. And now we start going to work. We're going to start off with the sun-dried tomatoes. And this comes out to be like if you were making a pizza, your tomato paste. But we're using sun-dried tomatoes. And it's just, like I said, you can see the oils that are on here. Like I said, use whatever brand is you prefer, or you like, or if you've never tried them, you know. I prefer these over, I mean, the sun-dried really dried out. Just the tomatoes themselves are awesome too, but for this, you want it with this sauce that's in this jar with these it's just phenomenal for acting as a pizza sauce. And just, you know, spread it out. You can be as liberal or, you know, use it as lightly as you like. I like this stuff, I'm telling you, it's really good. Now you're going to use a low heat, like I said, which allows this time to warm up a little bit as it's cooking. Your next step, a little bit of cheese. So we're going right to the mozzarella, just lightly on here. Very lightly. Maybe a tablespoon of sliced shredded mozzarella there. Okay? And then you're going to go right to the mild cheddar. Now, this one is very, very fine, which I find helps with the melting process. And I try to get it out to the edges a little bit. Otherwise, you're just going to have dry crust out there. And I don't know about you guys, but when I have pizza, I like my cheese to the edges. I like a full piece of pizza, not just crust on the outer edges. So, well, that's going to melt up. And you'll see what we have later on. Now I start with the added ingredients, okay? We're going to try in just a little bit more of a, well, actually we'll go ahead and put on the green salsa verde here. Now this is very light. I'm not going to really see if I can get you guys to see this or not. Try and do it a little higher so you can see it. It's very light, just little dabs here and there. This is just for some light flavoring, and it also give it a little bit more of a bite to it, or a zing, little kick to it. Okay. Now we're going to go on with the the red salsa, the same thing. Just lightly around. Just kind of spot deposit this so that you incorporate some of these flavors all over it. Now the first time, the very first time I did this, I took it and actually made it into like a taco, just folded it all in half and ate it that way. And there I've just put on about a tablespoon, or I mean a teaspoon of red salsa, and that's it. You don't need very much. Now we'll go back to just a little bit more of the garlic powder, very lightly, very light. Then we go on to the Italian seasoning. That, you know, to taste. Again, just a few sprinkles, just for seasoning, just for flavoring up a little bit. And if you want, throw on just a tad more sea salt. That's it. That's all you need. Not very much at all. Okay. Now what you're gonna find is it's almost done. You can see the cheese on the outer edges here is already melting away. But you want to be careful that your bottom side doesn't burn, which is why you're doing this on a medium heat. Too high heat, you're gonna have problems. You can hear some of that juices from that dried sun-dried tomatoes are working their way out to the edges, and some of that salsa is working its way to the edges. Now for the finishing touch here, just a few. This is trying to do this without splattering it all in one spot. Just little teeny pieces of your sour cream in there. I know you guys, it's not really a pizza thing, but trust me, good stuff right here. Very good stuff right here. Really gives a different flavor to the whole concept. Good stuff. Okay, there you go. As soon as the rest of that cheese is done, you melt it up, you're good to go. Now I can take it off at this point, which I'm gonna do, because I guarantee you the bottom of this, I don't know if I can get you to see the bottom here or not. You see that? It's golden brown down there. Have another look at that there. See the bottom of that? It's just turning golden brown. It's done. It's ready to go. But I'd like the cheese to be just a little more melted, so I'm going to take that off because it's ready. I'm going to put it on my plate. I'm going to give this just a short zap. Turn my stove off here. A short zap in the microwave just to finish that cheese off, maybe 15-30 seconds, and I'll be right back and show you what it looks like done. But be right back, guys. Okay guys, welcome back. Here we are, the finished deal. Now tell me that don't look very appetizing. This is a very tasty item right here. See if we can zoom in on this a little more for you. Look at that. That's good stuff, people. Very tasty. So let's bring this home a little more. See that cheese? Now I know it sounds a little strange with the sour cream, but trust me, you try this, you'll like it. The sun-dried tomatoes, you can doctor this up just like you like any other pizza. Green onions, if you want to throw them on there, would be great with this. Regular onions, green peppers, red peppers, mushrooms, a little bit of sausage, however you want to do it. This is how I'm doing mine today. Nice, light, tasty dish. Be careful with your cheese and with the amount of sour cream. You put a few basil leaves on there. This is good to go. Drizzle a little, you can, drizzle a little oil on there instead of using as much of the cooking spray. I didn't use much cooking spray, but a lot of people use the oil. It's almost like a margarita pizza. Probably said that wrong, probably butchered that to pieces, but you guys know what I'm talking about. But give this a try, you're gonna like it. It's Stick around for the end of the video for the recipe, instructions, and as always, thanks for coming back, watching the videos, supporting the channel, and just remember, keep on cooking with a Chef Boy IB. Till next time, guys, we'll see you later. Bye. Keep cooking with a Chef Boy IB cooking channel.